What are viruses? A virus is a really small collection of proteins and genetic material. There are lots of viruses in the world and a lot of people get each year as influenza or flu, which infects about 10 to 20% of the UK population every year. How does a virus spread? Something like flu, that will spread when people sneeze or cough, and the virus spreads from person to person or when they leave infected materials like infected mucus on surfaces. That's why it's really important to wash your hands. There are other viruses that are spread by direct contact when people hug or kiss, and then there are other viruses that are spread by sexual contact such as HIV. Pandemic, epidemic, endemic, what's the difference? An endemic infection is an infection that is present in an area all year round, like chickenpox, which happens every year in the UK. Or, in parts of Africa, malaria is an endemic infection. What is an epidemic? An epidemic is when you see an increase of cases followed by a peak and then a decrease. So we see an epidemic of flu every year in the UK, when you start to see an increase of cases in the autumn and winter, a peak, and then the epidemic subsides. A pandemic is an epidemic that happens all around the world, approximately at the same time. In 2009 we had a pandemic of influenza that started in Mexico, and then that epidemic reached around the world and caused a pandemic of flu. How does a pandemic spread? People will travel around the world, and if it's possible for that infection to be sustained in the places that it reaches, then we'll get a pandemic. What do vaccines do? Vaccines allow our bodies to see what a virus or a bacteria looks like before we meet it for real. When we do meet that virus or that bacteria, our bodies are able to mount a really rapid and strong response. Is the world prepared for a pandemic? The world prepared than it's ever been before. And scientists, countries, public health agencies like the World Health Organization work closely together to make sure if there is a new pandemic. Thank you for watching our video. If you like this, please show your support by subscribing to our channel and turn on the notification.